Hello to YouTube and especially to my latest 2 subscribers. Can't believe I got 87 subscribers. That's quite a lot for me. Right, so in front of you can see this is a Avis kit which I've never had before. It's Bristol M.1C. This particular one is the colours of the example, which is still airworthy at the Old Warden Airfield Shuttleworth collection. And if you look carefully, those of you among you who know the airfield will see that they've tried to do a drawing of the hangars accurately. You've got, that's probably a hedgerow, but that's like the road, and that's Biggleswade in the background. And there's the trees, which are now, they got some new hangars there. But they've definitely made an effort to draw the airfield at Old Warden in Bedfordshire, UK, on the box, which is fun. It's a limited run kit, only 500 pieces, PCS pieces, I think that's still for 172 scale. Right, so I've already seen it inside, but I just wanted to be prepared when I open it to see if I can mention anything to you. This is just other kits on the back, similar box art. I don't have to. Some people show what's on the side of the box really, but it doesn't really matter as far as I'm concerned. What's interesting is what's inside the kit itself. So, being a limited run kit, and possibly because a smaller manufacturer, they've seemed to pack these by hand, because these are ordinary Ziploc bags, we call them, resealable bags. So that's useful in many ways, but also indicates the size of the company, which isn't a problem. So we got the decals. They're quite nice, fully in register. They've obviously, as you can see, chosen to have you put the circles in the middle and of the roundels in there yourself, because when you're printing these things in the past, people have had trouble with having them off centre, so it's probably a wise move to let the modeller do that themselves. There's two, I'll show you later, but there's two aircraft examples here, and 2 paint schemes per aircraft. So there we are, there's the decals. And usually you've got a canopy here really. It's a little bit of acetate in another Ziploc bag. Or it's not really a Ziploc, is it? There's no zip, but it's a resealable bag anyway. Let's call it that. It's like a sandwich bag. Avis supplied us with. There's 3 different windshields. For the I put them on the back of the spare. There we go. Bit of acetate with some windscreens on it. So why not make 3 of them when they're so small, just in case they get cut wrongly. You've always got 2 spare there, haven't you? I don't think they're any different from each other, but never mind. Right, 2 sprues. If you look, it's slightly different colour grey, but I don't think that means anything really. Not too bad. Detail wise, you've got you can see the formers underneath, if that's the right word. Tiny bit of flash on some of these parts. But as I say, it's a limited run, small company, but it's say there's, it won't take long to scratch that out. It's not a problem. I mean, some people have flash on the kits, and it really affects the actual parts, but in this case it doesn't. It's just a little bit of extra plastic you can scrape away. You don't use this part, and you don't use this part, if I got it the right way up, that's right. Now this one, this is a funny little thing. You've got on the back of the propeller, if I can get it to focus, my usual thing. These little knobbly bits by here, they're deflection thingies. Before they figured out how to time the gun with the propeller swing, they stuck little deflectors on the side. I know it seems crude, but it's put deflectors on the side to for the bullets to go around the propeller instead of through it. I think that's what they're for anyway. I'm sure anybody who knows different can correct me. So a single piece wing, slightly more concave on the top and the bottom than the top, because that's how things were primitively in the time. World War One aircraft, by the way, or the Great War. So even those days they didn't know it was World War One, did they? So it was may have been a bit discouraging if they did know. But yeah, they're the sprue, just the two sprues. You've got the main fuselage, the tail, one piece, and again the tail, fin, rudder, all with enough detail on to satisfy you. You see the impressions of the interior structure, and similarly you've got the longerons, through the parts there. You can see underneath the effect of there being a skin. These are canvas covered or linen covered, cloth covered. These parts are inside, so you've got internal detail as well. And I thought that was flash at first, but no, it's a part of the aircraft. So like I say, in spite of being one or two tiny bits of flash, it's really like for instance there, look, see on the edge of the elevators, but that could be rubbed off by a finger. Look, yeah. No trouble at all. No trouble at all. That's the parts themselves. Quick look at the instructions before I take too long. Already on 7.5 minutes. There we go. We got the different sheets for the colour callouts. I haven't bothered with recommending any manufacturer there, just got the actual description of the colours with the grayscaling shade. This will be the one which is in the Shuttleworth collection. That's grey and a bit of streamline in there, look, and chocolate brown. So I'll have to get some of that in. I think I got a grey for that, and that's more of a sort of linen colour, as is the end of wing parts there. Pardon me, a cough. A bit of part mark there, and you can see there the detail inside the cockpit area, which improves it a bit. Nice little engine. Other cockpit details, got a nice seat there, and tail skid, and it all goes on nicely there. Now, I don't know if that'll need to be have a little bit of cotton over it to pretend it's a bungee rope over the top of it, but that'll go straight down there and glue on directly. There's no hoop over there. There's no, like some designs, they have holes, don't they, on the kit. So what they've trusted us to do with this manufacturer is to either glue it on as it is, but if you want to detail it, you can put a little bit of cotton or something over there to pretend it's bungee rope holding it in place, which is probably what they'd use. Can't remember. Single gun shooting through the propeller, hopefully not literally. And these little sides by here as well, they're like viewing ports, the little holes on the inside of the wings. They got like a wood surrounding in real life. And actually when they get in, if I remember rightly, there's like a bit of a plank of wood they put there so you don't stand and walk through the wing itself. So back in the fragile days when they had only just invented aircraft, I'll try and do some bracing wires. That'll be fun. But there's nice clear paths of where they go onto, as you can see here. Put them there and there. I'll mask off there so I can put a little bit of a wood effect around the edge. But yeah, one piece wing goes through, and yeah. So there we are. It's the Avis Bristol M.1C monoplane fighter from World War One. The Great War. I have to call it the Great War. It's easier than accidentally saying two whenever you won. There we are. And once upon a time, it would be me driving on that road and going and seeing the air shows. Maybe again. Maybe one day in the future. Let's hope so. Okay, thank you for bearing with me. That's 11 minutes you won't have back. Ta-da. Bye-bye.